The playback theory, an exploration of its use as an explanation for hauntings, by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. The phenomenon of hauntings has captured human imagination for centuries, with countless reports of ghostly apparitions, unexplained sounds and other paranormal activities. While traditional explanations often invoke the supernatural, there has been a growing interest in exploring scientific and psychological theories to understand these experiences. One such theory that has gained attention in recent years is the playback theory, which posits that hauntings may be the result of residual energy imprints that are played back under certain conditions. The playback theory has its roots in the field of parapsychology, which seeks to investigate paranormal phenomena using scientific methods. The concept of residual energy imprints, or psychic echoes, can be traced back to the work of early parapsychologists such as Harry Price, 1881 to 1948, and Hereward Carrington, 1880 to 1958. These researchers were among the first to propose that certain locations could retain the energy of past events, leading to the playback of these events under specific conditions. At the core of playback theory is the idea that intense emotional or traumatic events can leave a lasting imprint on the environment, similar to a recording that can be replayed under certain circumstances. This residual energy, according to proponents of the theory, can manifest as visual apparitions, auditory phenomena, or even physical sensations. The conditions that trigger these playbacks are believed to be varied, ranging from environmental factors such as temperature and electromagnetic fields to the psychological state of the observer. One of the key concepts within the playback theory is the notion of place memory, which suggests that certain locations have the capacity to retain and replay past events. This concept is often linked to the idea of psychic imprints, which are thought to be the energetic residue of intense emotional experiences. Proponents of the theory argue that these imprints can be triggered by external stimuli or the presence of individuals who are sensitive to these residual energies. Another important aspect of the playback theory is its reliance on environmental factors as triggers for the playback of residual energy imprints. This aligns with the broader field of environmental psychology, which explores the relationship between human behaviour and the built environment. Proponents of the playback theory often point to the role of environmental elements such as architecture, acoustics, and geomagnetic anomalies in facilitating the manifestation of hauntings. When considering the application of the playback theory to hauntings, it is essential to examine the various types of reported paranormal phenomena and their potential alignment with the theory's key concepts. Visual apparitions, for instance, are often described as fleeting glimpses of figures or scenes from the past. Proponents of the playback theory suggest that these apparitions may be the result of residual energy imprints being played back in a manner that is visible to certain individuals. Auditory phenomena, such as unexplained voices or sounds, also find resonance with the playback theory. The theory posits that certain environmental conditions or the presence of sensitive individuals may facilitate the playback of auditory imprints associated with past events. This could manifest as voices, footsteps, or other sounds that appear to have no discernible source. In addition to visual and auditory manifestations, the playback theory can also be applied to explain reported physical sensations associated with hauntings. Many individuals claim to experience feelings of cold spots, sudden changes in temperature, or even tactile interactions with unseen entities. While the playback theory offers a compelling framework for understanding hauntings from a scientific and psychological perspective, it is not without its critiques and limitations. One of the primary criticisms of the theory is its reliance on anecdotal evidence and subjective experiences, which can be challenging to verify through empirical means. Skeptics argue that the subjective nature of hauntings makes it difficult to establish a causal relationship between reported phenomena and the playback of residual energy imprints. Another critique of the playback theory pertains to the lack of a comprehensive scientific model that outlines the mechanisms through which residual energy imprints are created, stored and replayed. Critics argue that the theory's reliance on vague concepts such as psychic echoes and place memory lacks the empirical rigour necessary to be considered a viable scientific explanation for hauntings. Furthermore, the playback theory faces challenges in terms of replicability and control in experimental settings. Given the unpredictable nature of reported hauntings and the diverse environmental factors that are purported to trigger residual energy imprints, conducting controlled experiments to test the theory presents significant methodological hurdles. Despite these critiques and limitations, the playback theory presents intriguing possibilities for further research and exploration. Advances in technology, such as environmental monitoring equipment and sensory instrumentation, offer new avenues for investigating the environmental triggers associated with hauntings. Additionally, interdisciplinary collaborations between parapsychologists, environmental psychologists and neuroscientists could yield insights into potential psychological and physiological mechanisms underlying reported paranormal experiences. From a practical standpoint, the application of the playback theory to hauntings has implications for fields such as historical preservation, tourism and urban planning. If certain locations are indeed capable of retaining residual energy imprints, there may be ethical considerations regarding the treatment and public interpretation of these sites. Furthermore, understanding the environmental factors that contribute to the manifestation of hauntings could inform the design of built environments that promote psychological well-being and minimise potential triggers for anomalous experiences. In conclusion, the playback theory offers a thought-provoking framework for understanding hauntings as residual energy imprints that can be played back under specific conditions. While the theory has garnered interest within the field of parapsychology and related disciplines, it is important to approach its application with a critical lens and a commitment to rigorous scientific enquiry. By continuing to explore the potential environmental, psychological and physiological mechanisms underlying reported hauntings, researchers may uncover new insights into the nature of anomalous experiences and their broader implications for our understanding of the human psyche and the built environment.